Now I'm recording. It's JT here over at Drasons Forge, otherwise call me Drason. I'm going to do an entry into the wooden mallet challenge. This one, I'm going to have to break it up. I'm not used to doing all this stuff on a phone, but it's going to be a quick and dirty wooden mallet with a purpose. So, as James Duncan says, see you in a minute. Okay, so what I have here is a piece of black walnut. There was a storm and a tree got split, and the neighbor said, "You want any wood? Come and get it." So this is maybe about 3 by 3.5, and this is what we're starting with. So there's that. Here goes nothing. So that little bit took me about a minute and a half, but I stripped all the bark off in it, and I'm assuming, because I'm no specific woodworker, that all this has been seasoned, but this up in here is still a little on the green side. No bother, we'll make it work. I think that's already about ready to become a mallet. Step number 2 is I will take this and put it up thusly on a stump and hold it at approximately, not quite a 45-degree angle. I have no idea what kind of angle it is, but I will take the hatchet and I will start whittling that down to focus the energy into one specific spot. And okay, pause it again and see you in a minute. Okay, once again, maybe about minute and a half or so of swinging the hatchet, and I've started to bring that piece down, and what I'm going to do is continue chipping inward at about this much of an angle. What I'm trying to do is kind of dome the face down a little bit more. I've done this before with some other woods, and it's interesting because you can actually create an entire dome on one side, and say on the other side you just want to take it from being this big down to this big to kind of focus your strike force. So having a dishing end of it helps with any sheet metal work, and you can basically make a multi-purpose tool out of it. So we're going to continue on, and okay, and there we are, pretty close. That's about as far domed as I want to make that. It's got a few, chips out of it and stuff, but this all gets ground down. Use a farrier's rasp or an angle grinder with, say, like a 30 or 60 grit flap wheel or sanding disc, something of that nature, and you can smooth it out. You don't have to get too pretty. It's meant to impact hot metal. So there's that. Next step is I'm going to get out the bow saw, and I will probably cut this off about in this range. So be right back. Okay, I cheated. My bow saw is extremely dull, and I don't have the ambition to stand there and hack at it forever, so I grabbed the skill saw, and yeah, not perfect. That's where I started the bow saw cut, but I got it fairly straight. Like I said, it doesn't matter. We're gonna whittle this down, and as long as it has say about a 2-inch or 1.75-inch diameter as far as the focused end, it should be good. So I'm going to start whittling down here. Okay, so yeah, just like I said, another couple of minutes worth of work, and I can't flip my other finger over it. But you see, before it was from the tip of my finger all the way down to this knuckle, and so I chiseled it down and got rid of the the bark and everything else. One little side note: if you're doing this on a little stump like this one, and you're doing all this hacky stuff, and you're beating up the inside of that, keep rotating the stump. because later on, as an added bonus, you can chip away at this and make a recess that you can use as a dishing form. Added bonus. So, back to work. I think the next step is I'm going to have to figure out how to put a hole in this, because I really wish I had a Forstner bit that was the right size, but I don't, so that might be in a while. So I'll get something figured out, and I'll get a hole in this and figure out how to fix a handle, and this project will be just about done. Okay, I'm going to try this one old school because, like I said, I don't have a Forstner bit, and unfortunately this one got a little rusty last year when our basement flooded, but this will spiral through. I believe this is like about a 3/4 inch drill bit. This one is actually an adjustable style one, but I believe it is set to 3/4. So 3/4 will make you not a super handle, but it's enough for what you're doing, tackety whacking on you know, a stick, and or a hot piece of metal with a stick. Yeah, there you go. I got it. So anyway, let's see if I can muscle through a chunk of black walnut and make a hole. Okay, talk about a battle royale. I'm a little out of shape. I actually started with a 3/8 inch, regular drill bit and popped that through. I don't have a drill press, and I don't have any large bits for a drill press or that will fit a standard electric drill, so I had to use the bracing bit. I did conquer and separate wood. Took a little time, and I went at it from both sides, which didn't exactly line up, but I finally did get it all the way through from one end. Next up in the equation, your handy dandy Dollar Tree dollar store sink plunger handle. But oh no, it doesn't quite fit. Well, that's okay. We don't need the threads on that thing, so we're going to take a portion of this, grind it down like you would a standard hammer handle, and split the end with a saw and put a wedge in it. See you in a minute. Okay, so here I am inside the garage, and I took said plunger handle and my trusty little 1x30. I ground her down, went past the threads on the plunger handle, cut her down to about here, put that little split in there with that old crosscut saw. And I'm going to orientate, because there is a bit of a bevel on that side, I'm going to orientate that so that that is your striking way. You know what I mean? So it goes down. Anyhow, so we take that and we use old mallet. Sorry for the bouncy camera crap. I would recommend, I mean, sorry with the pounding, but I would recommend actually, just for the heck of it, putting some wood glue on that, and then also gluing your wedge. Believe it or not, that was made out of a damn pallet board. I just chipped it out with the hatchet and beveled it, kind of pushed on the belt sander a bit, and then we will install the wedge when I get some glue. And James Duncan style. See you in a minute. Okay, ran into a little snag. My interior waterproof exterior, interior exterior, hashtag not a sponsor, Elmer's glue. I almost forgot that. Interior, exterior, waterproof, stainable, yada yada, Elmer's glue. Even though it has been sealed for like since last October and sitting in the basement and has only been used like once. Why is it every time I open up wood glue, it's like some sort of weird woodworker's version of cottage cheese. But anyway, I got some goober on there, and yes, this little wedge is going to shear off a little bit. No need for a steel wedge, it's just a wooden mallet thing. So, let me, pop that out of there. And I really wished I had me a piece of like 20 gauge sheet metal so I could just pound the tar out of it. But yeah, granted, the handle is a little short. Use like a longer plunger style handle for it if you need to. But if you're just doing up close work, there's your ticket. There, focus, hammer. Yeah, just. Okay. Give me a second, and maybe I can go outside and do a little demo.
Okay.
So, anyway, this is only about twice as thick as a piece of banding strap. It's like 1/2 inch, 3/8 wide. Not very thick, but there's your round side. Not in a dishing stump, but. Oh no, my metal has a kink in it. So take your flat side. Oh look, it's straight again. So there you go. Drasons Forge, how to make a quick and dirty wooden mallet. Of course, it took me a little longer because I stopped and went and ate supper and stuff. But anyway, there's my entry into the wooden mallet challenge. And yeah, I think that's about 2-ish pounds. A little longer handle would give it more heft, but it'll do. Thanks.